Hello everybody, I am joined in the studio by Carlos. He is across filming with us, doing super secret things for Infinity. No defiance from you.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about Asteroid Blues, the fact that Phase 1 is now closed, Phase 2 is up, running and going great. So, Carlos, where do you want to start with this update?
Okay, let's make a quick video update here for the people who are playing the online campaign Asteroid Blues using the War console from Beast of War. These contests were put together by Corvus Belli. As we have been doing, this is the fourth time we made one of these campaigns, okay? So we are stepping away from making contents for Defiance just to make a little quick video.
No Defiance.
For Asteroid Blues. So, Phase 2 has just begun this Monday, and we still have a few data to share with you about Phase 1, okay? We have still a few battle reports to highlight, really. So, to our eyes, okay, all the data that the War console has been able to put together by the end of Phase 1, what we have seen is that Hacky Slam and Touha are like the real winners here, okay? I'm sorry if your efforts are not being highlighted right now, okay? But obviously, Phase 1 of Asteroid Blues has been Hacky Slam moment, absolutely. What has happened is the Hacky Slam in the 3 previous campaigns has always behaved very diplomatic, always defending their ground totally, and always with a lot of work on the diplomatic forum chat and everything. They didn't mess with the big dogs usually, and they kept track of always defending their place and never being conquered. That is something that they all achieve. But suddenly, in Asteroid Blues, Hacky Slam decided to go aggressively.
Ooh.
Okay, they begin the campaign reporting battles that they have already prepared. Okay, they have already battle reports already made, and as soon as the campaign began, boom, they began to report those battles, which was like, what? You know.
Preemptive strike.
Yeah, preemptive strike that allows them to build an incredible defense already on their location, the Packing in Beast location, okay, but then they begin to attack, which is something like, oh wow, they're really stepping forward, okay? So they took advantage of all the other factions. Apart from that, they have been able to conquer many times different locations, and really at the end of Phase 1 they conquer and establish totally stealing the location from Ariadna, one of the Salas battery locations, okay? Yes. Apart from that, probably, I can assume this, there were a lot of alliances there. At some point, like big blocks of factions were aligning themselves and making some kind of non-aggression pacts and stuff like that. Obviously, the Touha did also agree with Hacky Slam towards attacking Ariadna, okay? Because this is what happened. The Touha, which is probably one of the smallest faction or smaller player base regarding faction, has been able to steal also a location from Ariadna. So those are the true winners for me when you're just looking at the map at the end of Phase 1. You see that Ariadna has been smashed totally, okay, and both of their spots have been stolen by Hacky Slam and Touha. That's incredible.
Now, this really surprises me, because normally Ariadna were one of those factions. They had a big player base and were able to just hold the ground a lot.
Ariadna won the previous campaign,
yeah,
absolutely, because it was happening in Planet Down, their planet. So they were super motivated, and they were incredibly aggressive. Ariadna was like totally full, but Ariadna cannot into space. That's the way we read it here. Why is Ariadna having a location in the surface of an asteroid feeling human edge? They shouldn't get there. So they have been totally smashed by a big faction and a small faction, really. Okay, apart from that, we have witnessed during this campaign, for example, Aleph and Combined Army really struggling, messing with each other in the Gallery Maze in the Asteroid Blues. Also, defending their ground, Nomads and Pano. Pano locations were not a hot spot this time. Usually in every campaign a Pano location has a hot spot because everybody hates Pano, essentially. this time it was really quiet, so defending those spots wasn't quite a task, but Nomads really are the fan favorite of everyone. Everyone likes stepping into Nomad ground because they are so active in these campaigns and they make memes and stuff. They behave very Nomad-ish. Okay, so Nomads were able to defend their spot, okay, both of them, but with really tight results. I mean, they were really harassed by other factions.
Well, on the website we can still see the locked out areas, can't we, to actually see how they were doing. So if we quickly scroll down through here.
Okay.
And we can pick out one or two that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. The first one is the quarry of the Jichuan open site, and while Toha tried to took over, there was active Toha activity on that side. Yuqing was able to defend by far with establishing secure perimeter of the Jichuan open site. Something that you can also take a look at. Liberty Cargo, as I was saying, the Pano locations. The NA2, we can see that the mercenaries, well, NA2 is that label that puts together the Japanese secessionist army, many mercenary companies, the Spiral Corps, which is the triumvirate, as you know already. Okay, so it's a huge label that puts lots of armies there. So that we from Corvus Belli decided to give 2 spots in phase 1 for NA2 because we thought that we're going to have a huge player base since we are talking about 7 armies, a 7-nation army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
the thing is, those 7 nations, they might have a lot of players, but can they coordinate?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's cool.
And then, so we're seeing Pano, just rocking in on this one. So
yeah, but take a look at the amount of points. It's very low. I mean, these were not hotspots in the campaign. Moving on, main strip, and once again talking about the 7-nation army, non-aligned armies, it was hot. Okay, we can see that at some point, if you can look at the main strip,
so,
we can see that Hakislam was messing with them. Yuqing is obviously going against the NA2 immediately. And if we keep on tracking this, there was Harris Bar. Where is Harris Bar? I'm looking for it. Where's Harris Bar? Go up.
Going up?
Yeah. We're looking for something with this. It has to be this.
This one?
There you go. Harris Bar. Okay. Harris Bar is a very tight result, okay, because we can see that Yuqing scored 137 points and NA2 has 139 points. Careful with the results that you see in the map. Remember that every location is given 9 points to the original owner of the location, okay? So if we get rid of those 9 points, we may see the result that suddenly Yuqing owns the location. But that belongs to the AI historian's last filter of results, because also the battle reports that we think that are illegal or are banned or are downgraded because we think that they are not too fair, okay, that cleans out the result roster, and at the end we can see the real victories and winners of that.
So you get rid of all the propaganda.
All the propaganda is getting away from the result. So that result, Harris Bar, is very tight, okay? And because I'm a Yuqing player, of course, I say that Yuqing totally owned the place. But don't listen to me, let's listen to the AI historians. We have a few little summary of the last days of phase 1, really. And if you can read it for me, Justin, please.
Yeah, so kicking off with the first part of this is from phase 1, like a final little bit of an update report.
The last day of phase 1 almost.
Okay, so Sunday was an eventful day for Novi Bangkok.
Sorry with the names, yeah. Jichuan open pit site.
Okay, is still firmly in the hands of the Yijing Empire, and Liberty Cargo Storage Area and Spaceport belong to Pan-Oceania. But NA2 has made some significant advancements on the spaceport and have started to threaten Pan-Oceania's control. The main strip still belongs to NA2, and it doesn't look as though any other factions are making any serious headway into that territory. I don't know, I mean, like, Yijing did take a good swing there. The next name, please.
Yeah, that's totally impossible to pronounce. Pakingane Envis.
Okay, still belongs to Hak Islam. So if anyone has reinforced the area, the Gallery Maze is a hot point of conflict, with Aleph and the combined army still battling it out. The Gorge is still owned by the Nomads, but just barely. Aleph and the Nomad Nation are neck and neck for control of HQ
Sharak's battery field.
It's still in a constant state of battle, but control hasn't shifted significantly one way or the other. Hak Islam is still firmly in the lead, but other factions are beginning to apply pressure to them.
Yeah. So that was the AI historian's resume on Sunday, right before Monday, when we switched the phase to phase 2. As you know already, phase 2 means that all the previous scenarios, previous missions are locked, and you can no longer report battles for those scenarios, but 7 new scenarios have opened up. So Final outcome of phase 1, we can say Hack Islam totally owns the day, and Touha made a persistent victory there. That also means that previous factions who were able to temporarily conquer the locations are also written down as victories. Those are written down. So medals are given to everyone,
Yeah.
So now phase 2 has just begun, and we have like 11 scenarios in the previous phase. Now we just have 7. Every single location is just one mission, not double spots, stuff like that. And we can see that we have one spot for Ariadna, one spot for Hack Islam, one spot for NA2, one spot for Pano, one spot for Yuqing, one spot for Aleph, and one for Nomads. So that means that O12, Combined Army, and Touha have no ground to defend, so they can totally focus on attack. And the big factions right now they are not that diluted, okay? They do not have to cover 2 spots on the map. They have just one, and they can also begin to attack, to really consider where are we going to focus on attacking while still defending our little spot right there. So suddenly maybe the Nomads are not so limited, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe Ariadna is not so being harassed by everyone. Maybe it's the time for Pano to rise up and claim to be the hyperpower, despite of not being at all the hyperpower.
No, Yuqing number 1.
Yuqing number 1. Yuqing still have one location to defend. Okay, so there's a lot of ground to be covered. There's a lot of dramatic events yet to happen, because people likes to make incredible battle reports, which is the main thing that shines through all campaigns. There are certain players, not all of the players, but certain players take the chance to make incredible battle reports, and they should be highlighted and they should be rewarded by it. Usually Corvus Belli brings some prize support to these campaigns, and we send some blisters and some goodies for people who we see that they totally excel at participating, role-playing, leading the way, and making incredible battle reports. So allow me to highlight 3 battle reports that are from the last hours of phase 1, but they still deserve some recognition because they're lovely, okay? And we have, not just me, Corvus Belli has many eyes looking at the website, trying to digest, to absorb all the incredible stuff that is going on.
Yeah, and your workers have been in your Discord the whole time doing cool stuff.
Yeah, every time I go there are many connected in a private chat, and they are my eyes because I cannot cover all the ground, and they come to me, this happened, this happened, this happened. Apart from that, there are faction liaisons that communicate directly with Corvus Belli, with Connie, with the workers, telling us the whole incredible backstory that's going behind the battles, because the whole faction gets together, they chat, they agree on doing this, doing that. They also write their fluff take on what's going on. They have their own story. It's incredible. Something from these campaigns, not everybody is a tournament player, okay, and not all communities have like the resources to make tournaments and stuff like that, but when these campaigns come, many people likes to jump on them, to go very narrative with them, and some people enjoys the game a lot. I receive messages from communities from, not everything happens in the USA or Europe, people from New Zealand, stuff like that. Okay, that suddenly are playing the game, and it's incredible.
It's one of the nice things about the online campaigns is there is no person on the last mile. Everybody can feed into it and have an effect on it.
Yeah.
And that's just something that's really cool with these.
Yeah, and then Corvus Belli collects all what happened, and in certain ways sometimes reflects on official flag what has happened. Not specifically your battle, you over there, but the overall meaning of all.
Yes. All right, so we have 3 battle reports that you're wanting to show off. So who's our first one here?
Okay, straight into the pit, a battle that happened in the Yuqing location, okay, made by Melchior, which is a classic Infinity player. There's some names are very familiar to us, okay. Playing against Istvan, okay, and he made like a comic book battle report. Look at those images. He edited everything. He made like,
Again, you've got that narrative where people actually have speech bubbles and things coming out of them.
Yeah, I made stuff like this back in the day, and it takes a lot of time, really. And thank you so much, Melchior, and your friends, for really taking the time to put together a lovely battle and make the battle report and sound effects and a narrative thing going on.
Yeah.
It's incredible, and we are humbled when you put so much time into this. That's why you deserve recognition and the highest score on your battle report.
And I see why you've picked this one. Eugene
Because
wins.
Eugene won. I mean, come on.
Okay, our next battle report.
Okay, secure the armory, 300 points battle at the Ariadna location, and this was put together by John Van Sant, another name that sounds familiar, okay, who was playing with Ariadna against Nomads, against Camuseus, and we can see lovely, how do you call this, a collage of...
Collage images, yes.
Yeah, totally. So again, taking photos, editing the photos, writing the story, putting together a way of sharing with the community a lovely and epic battle that has happened here. I mean, search for these battle reports in the website, guys. They're lovely, and they finish in a draw match. How can that happen? Okay. So still from phase 1, and this was posted a few hours ago, really. Moving on. Dragon Claw playing with the Chin in the Harris Bar main strip against Pano. The player is Rod Shex, okay? And we can have here another battle report with photos, with Pilu explaining round 1, round 2, okay, full of detail. And things like this. We can see that they have the terrain from Operation Wildfire. Yeah, that's cool.
It's nice to see just the combination of some of the terrain that you guys have done for your starter sets over the years, because I think I'm seeing more than just Wildfire in here.
We never thought that it was going to be so popular. This last one from Wildfire is excellent, and I see people very excited about it on the internet because it's solid cardboard, but the paper cardboard ones were useful, were fine, but we still are seeing them in tables, so because they are a quick and easy solution for terrain.
And Eugene wins again.
Eugene wins, and maybe Eugene has taken Harris Bar. We will see that by the end of the campaigin.
Yeah, as we were talking about earlier.
The result is pretty tight there, okay? But if Eugene cheats, if Eugene brings propaganda and fake reports, that is totally goes against the interests of the Jade Empire. So focus on making fair battle reports, guys. Not this time.
Okay, so what else do we have here?
We have phase 2, okay, has just begun. So you should know that it's going to last 2 weeks. So on October the 14th, okay, the phase 2 will end, and that will be the end of the campaign. So you have 2 weeks, 2 weekends, let's say like that, to put together some battle reports.
Oh no, I expect people to be calling in for sick days off work for this.
Totally.
Do it.
Thank you so much, guys, for your patience with Corvus Belli, with this campaign, for your patience with the War Console, that not every day is working full power, okay? With your patience with waiting for results and getting dramatic, and with your patience with other players who may be not as legal as we thought, okay? With your patience with the system that does not allow you to input all the creativity that you have. You know that Ariadna wanted to play with O12 and score points, and allowing O12 to score those points.
Really?
Like people gets together and they plan stuff, and it's like the system does not allow it. I mean, we should improve the platform incredibly, you know.
We try every time.
Yeah, I know, I'm aware of it. So thank you so much for your commitment, your role playing especially. It's incredible to read the forums because everybody is in character. That is lovely. I mean, thank you so much for supporting this and making it awesome, because it wouldn't be awesome without you. I mean, we just put a PDF file there and they just reskin our console, and suddenly the magic happens. Is what happens with this kind of stuff, really. It's people who make it happen. So thank you so much. 2 weeks ahead, October the 14th. Okay, and once the campaign ends, we will report the AI history and final results that will totally say who's the winner. Phase 1 is totally Hacky Slam winner, okay? And then in a few days, by the end of the month, maybe Defiance happens, which is the next big thing, okay? And I would love to share those contents with you. Thank you so much.
All right, well, everybody, get your comments in below. Tell us, are you excited? Make sure and jump in. If you have maybe even never tried it before, don't be scared to actually jump in now, because you can still make a difference to this campaign. Myself and Carlos will move on. We'll see you again another time.